Are you ready to party? Let's go. Ryan Granath, welcome to the podcast, my dude.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Oh, yeah. We got more people here, too. This is going to be fun because my co-host today is a returning guest. He's a veteran of this podcast, Lloyd Proudfoot. What's up, my dude?
What's up, my man? Glad to be here. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, it's going to be good. This is going to be interesting. And then we also have Evan Nelson's controlling our cameras because Sam's gone this week.
What it do, baby?
What's up, dude?
Hey,
Anyway.
what's up, Sam? Miss you, buddy.
Yeah, Sam and Jordan, go screw yourselves. No, I was kidding.
Jordan.
Jordan, time off.
Jordan, thanks for letting me fill in for you, buddy.
I got nothing.
Hopefully I don't show you up.
I got nothing.
You're fine, dude. But Ryan, thanks for coming. I think this is going to be pretty fun and very cool. We have much to talk about. But you came all the way from where?
Arizona.
Baby, let's go. On your Harley, right?
Yeah.
Hit that bell. Hit that bell, baby. Bam!
Ding, ding.
Yeah, give that to Footy. Who's going to be in charge of the bell?
Sure you want him to control the bell?
Hey. P-Footy controls the bell.
And so people know, you and I know each other through our MC, which stands for Motorcycle Club, for all those people who don't know. Let's talk about that a little bit, actually, because, of course, that's how we met. But this MC is actually a firefighter MC, right?
Yeah, 100% active or retired.
I love it, dude. And how many? We have chapters all over the U.S., so what is your chapter?
Chapter 6, Northwest Arizona.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, it was about 5-hour ride here.
Is that
not too bad?
Is that average? How long does it usually take when we go out there for the river run? Is it 5 hours or
That's
6?
pretty.
No,
you must have been crawling. That seems so slow.
we had 3 stops. You know, we had a guest with us, and so we had to take care of her, of course, and. We had to stop.
What do you mean you had to take care of her?
Well, we were trying to find her some proper clothing. Like she wanted chaps, and we stopped in Hesperia. But we stopped at the Red Barn, typically. It's in Lodo, middle of nowhere. But, we had a refreshment,
Very
to say
good.
the least.
Yeah, a little apple juice in the morning.
Yeah, you never know.
Goddamn right.
Cheers.
Very good. Yeah. Oh, what's it? I'm trying to understand. Cheers. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Cheers.
Salute.
What about you, Evan?
Now I feel bad.
My bad.
Come on, keep up.
Yeah, get over there.
Ziggy zaggy ziggy zaggy.
Goddamn right.
I'm trying to remember here. So, okay, let's think. Without a guest, when we're riding with ourselves, how long does it take for us from right here in SoCal to when we go ride with you?
So you are literally about 3 miles from my cousin's house. I do it in about 3.5 hours.
That's at like 95 the whole way.
It's 280 miles, and I do it about 3.5 hours.
You do it.
I think my best is like 3:15. But you're moving, and then like for example, today being a Friday, everybody's leaving SoCal, right? I mean, it was a parking lot from Hesperia all the way through Cajon, and we were splitting lanes all the way through Cajon, anyways.
Really?
And so...
is that road construction or was it an actual accident?
No, it wouldn't, there was one accident, but we were just lane splitting. And then so I have another guy, Mule was with us, and...
Oh, you mean gravy?
Biscuits.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yes. So, Mule's grew up, I don't know where he grew up exactly, but he retired out of here.
Right.
So he's used to lane splitting. Tommy Boy, he knows how to lane split, but he was also 2-up. So,
okay.
When we lane split...
Okay, so people know real quick, when you say 2-up, because we know the lingo.
Okay, so he had a passenger.
Okay, perfect.
His girlfriend.
Just so people listening can understand.
Yeah, so he had a passenger, and so we were a little more on the conservative side.
I see. Okay.
When we're
That's
splitting in between. Yeah, it happens.
You should be knocking mirrors off,
Hey,
man.
just so you know, Maz came down with me, and he's 2-up, and we didn't slow down, so...
Who invited this guy?
I don't know.
I did say yes. I did say yes.
I was like, I asked.
It's official. Yeah. It's already started.
I still love you.
I'm back at you.
Mm-hmm. Well, so going at a decent clip, it's like 3.5 hours. We'll just say
That's
people who ride motorcycles.
people that ride. Yeah, it's a good club. Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah, dude. When did you join our club, anyways? How long ago was that?
We won't talk about the previous one, but yeah, about
we can't mention that.
2012.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay.
2012.
We're one of the original OGs, baby.
What did you say? Original OG?
Okay. So, people know being the president, you're in charge of your chapter where you're at, whatever. Do you have like people that are under you, correct?
Yes.
But since we all are actually firefighters, what have you seen as the benefit for this MC with our guys coming together and riding and having a good time, so people understand? Because I think there's a very big misconception with motorcycle clubs. Because as you know, people will approach you, oh, you're part of a gang. No, I'm not part of a gang. A gang. It's not what you think it is. But then they ask questions you can't answer. You know, you're just like, I can't talk to you about club shit. So
this is true, but I think one of the biggest misconceptions is the fact that when people see large groups of motorcycles riding, is they don't ask where we're going. They're just like, oh, they're in our way, or they're blocking traffic. Well, most of the times, for example, you've been on my poker runs.
Oh yeah,
we're doing fundraisers for our community.
Right.
A
And lot of people don't understand that.
And whether it's there's so many clubs out there, whether it's, for child abuse or a burn victim, families in need. For example, we started ours 9 years ago, and we've raised over $115,000 to go towards local veterans in the tri-state area.
Hey, dude. That's the run we do every year, the river run.
Yeah.
You've raised how much?
$115,000.
Let's go. Ding, ding. That's excellent, dude. Mm-hmm.
And so,
that's excellent.
Like this year, so last year, this was after COVID, right?
Right.
And everybody just wants to get out and about. And last year we donated $19,000 to go towards local veterans. And
that's excellent.
This year alone, we did $20,000 off of one event for the Bullhead River Run. And so, just the last 2 years is $39,000 to go towards local veterans. And so what we do is I use the River Fund. They're a 501c3 that manages about 20 some accounts, and I've expressed it to the fire department that I work for, and the staff or suppression personnel, I should say, is if we come across a homeless veteran, we're trying to get them off the street and reestablished.
Right.
And that's the whole purpose, is get them reestablished and help them out. And what's ironic is, for my chapter, I don't have one member that's a veteran, but we chose to go down that path.
Yeah, but you've done something so huge for it. For veterans, I should say, raising that money. Because I've been a part of the River Run. I know P Footy has for many years prior to me, and so many of our guys, but I look forward to that River Run. That's a good time. And a lot of people that don't understand, too, is that when we get together, it's definitely therapy. It's a good way to be with like-minded people who go through what you go through and understand your lingo and can understand what you've been through, because sometimes it's really hard for us to talk about the stuff that we do in our job working as firefighters. But that's one thing I appreciate about the club a lot. It's brought not just the friendships, but how you can be comfortable in your own skin and talking about what we do on a daily basis,
There's like, I feel comfortable with guys in my department that I can express and talk about things, but on the club aspect, I feel like I can be a lot more open and my guards down and I'm like, whoa. Like, for example, I've sat in on one in my 23 years on the department. I've sat in on one critical incident stress debriefing. And after that, I'm like, I never want to sit in one of those again. I would rather handle what I witnessed my own way.
Yeah.
And it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It's weird in the sense that, every fire department across the nation, it's like something happens, nasty call. It's like, and I think we become so callous to some of the stuff that we see. It's like, hey, what are we doing for dinner?
Or we make jokes, and that's how we deal with it.
And the jokes we make sometimes are, it's within the firehouse, I should say. And
right. Anybody outside.
And so some of them are harsh, and an outsider looking in would think we are mental.
Yeah, shocked.
But then there's I wouldn't say the new trend, but what's happening more and more, like in the military is, and in the police service is, we actually need to be aware of the signs and talk to our crews. Like when I have if my crew and I have a nasty call, I'll do a tailboard. Hey, let's go to the tailboard. Let's talk about, what did we do wrong, or how did that affect us? Everybody's good, because I gotta check on my crew.
Yeah.
And make sure we're all status quo, or do I need to send somebody home?
Oh, that's huge. We've talked about mental health in here a lot with other firefighters and doing monthly reviews and stuff, the importance of it, and how it's still kind of taboo in fire departments. It's starting to come to the forefront, which is better. And I think it needs to, because from my understanding, as of last year or the year before, the number one killer of firefighters is suicide. It's not heart attack anymore. That was the last that I looked. I think that was about a year ago. So
I think the sum of all what he said is the reality is when we go with the club, the throttle therapy and the brotherhood, there's no judgment. There's nothing we can do. We can be us, do what we need to do, and it's a circle of trust.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
absolutely.
Sounds pretty good, Fokker.
That sounds pretty good, Fokker. Yeah. So you're So the event that you put on to raise money for veterans, that's always called a river run, correct? So if people want to look at, figure out where that's at or when it's happening, how can they look that up? Is there Instagram?
So it would be it's Bullhead River Run. Actually, Larry Topping, he's a friend of mine. He actually took it over 2 years ago, and because there was a gap with that 2019, that everything shut down. It's like, Nevada shut down
Because the Rona.
Yeah, there's nothing going on, and then there was another previous guy that had the rights. He owed way too much money, and anyways, Larry Topping took it on. It's mayheminfo.com, mayheminfo /.com. And anyways, Larry, this is his third year. It's coming up again in April. He donated so he did a raffle run the day before us on a Friday, and then he donated 100% of his proceeds towards our event this last year.
Good for him. I love that.
But what's weird, or not weird, but is so he started a tattoo convention, and he's a tattoo artist. He owns Evolution Tattoo in Bullhead City.
Yo.
And so he's been doing a tattoo convention at one of the casinos, the Aquarius, for years, and so he saw an opportunity because the ball had been dropped, and so he just ran with it. He's like, all right, I've been doing this tattoo convention for 12 or plus years, and he decided that, all right, I'm going to do a Bullhead River Run, because the rights to the other name are taken, so you can't
makes sense.
You can't call it that. So it's the Bullhead River Run, and this will be the third annual this year, and then I'll be doing our 10th annual Veterans Poker Run.
Dude, wow.
Yeah.
And over that time, I've been to at least half of those and watched it grow exponentially to what it is
now,
right?
Yeah. No, it has grown. Anderson Ford, Matt Curtis, Bill Smith over there, name dropping those guys. They've manned all my stops the last 2 years. The monetary donations. I just attended last month or 2 weeks ago. They do bingo nights for different fundraisers throughout the year, and so I think 2 weeks ago it was for the animal shelter in town.
Okay.
And so before our event in March, they'll do a bingo night, and 100% of the proceeds go towards our event. So I think last year we started off with before the event even started, they had already raised over $3,500 before the event even
That's
started.
That's so great.
Yeah, the sponsors. I got sponsors I got new sponsors, and of course the old sponsors want to be with me.
Yeah.
Because they see the crowds that we bring.
Yeah.
We overwhelm any establishment that we go to when we roll in anywhere from 40 to 60 to 80 deep.
Oh, easily.
It's at your own pace. It's like a 90-mile loop, but when we go as club, we go as one.
Oh yeah.
And so when the numbers are there, it's
powerful.
You have one bartender for 50 of us.
Good luck.
And on any given the last couple of years, I mean, we have anywhere from 250 to 350 participants. It like you said, it's growing. It's been growing, and it took about 5 years or 6 years to get to the $10,000 mark. And once I hit 10, I'm like, wow, okay, now I hit 10. No, and then when you hit 19 and you hit 20 grand off of one event, you're like, okay, what's my next goal? Now it's just money.
Yeah,
and the fact that. And so I try and attend I'm going to sidetrack.
You're good.
I try to attend as many other poker runs and events that I can to see what my competition is and to learn and I like that, I don't like that. And so anytime a club or a fundraiser is going on, it's all about the event or the individual. And so what people don't realize is you're going there to spend money no matter what, right? So if I get something, I win something, I give it back, or like 50-50, I give it back. But I guess where I'm going with that is you're there for the fundraiser. And so what I've learned over the years is like, yeah, you get a meal, that's nice, and so for our event for the last several years, we'll do a coin, and sometimes we'll do a koozie with a coin, and then I always try and do a T-shirt because the T-shirt's the memorabilia. And so when you start adding the cost of the coin and the T-shirts, I mean, first off, you got to find the T-shirts nowadays because everything's
back
short supply,
so stupid,
whatever.
Dude, even the coins, I got to order more. Challenge
Supply
coins?
chain issues.
Yes.
That's your boy, Biden. Good job.
You have.
Let's go, Brandon.
You never know. You never know how many shirts to order, so I try and do pre-registration. Long story short is, you have 4,000 cost in shirts, and I think, I got to give mad props to Russ Brown. Russ Brown has been with us for 9 years. They do all the art and everything, flyers, postcards, and it's phenomenal. Like I tell them an idea, veteran theme, and that's the path they go. Yeah, and it's phenomenal. I mean, I have every shirt I've ever done. I don't even want to wear them. I'm probably gonna make.
That's pretty cool.
I'm probably gonna make a quilt eventually.
Yeah, I think it's rad.
Firefighter quilt or whatever it may be.
Well, we are all, but you are heading that up, but doing more good with our rides. I mean, Lord, you even put on rides when we go up north, other chapters in our clubs, but a lot of people, I think it's just a huge misconception. We're actually doing more for our community and veterans than the everyday person. We're not just out riding and they think we're just part. It's like, no, we're actually doing stuff to help other people.
Well, that's why we're down here.
Yeah.
No, that's
we have a ride tomorrow.
That's literally why we're down here. So tomorrow we got Chapter 5, LA County. They're doing their, I believe it's
Halloween run,
annual, and they're doing their widows. I think it goes towards widows and orphans, just for LA County firefighters that have passed.
Right.
Last year, I was kind of disappointed because I didn't see my flag in here, but oh, okay, there it is. It's there.
I can't hang it anywhere, man.
No, I got you. I'm just messing with you. But you somehow, some way, when you were at my event, you ended up with that propane firefighter barbecue.
I was driving that price up, and I was like, oh fuck, whatever.
Yeah, the price got driven up, and so last year when I saw the opportunity, I'm like, well, I gotta pay him back.
My guy, dude.
I gotta pay him back.
My guy.
Now,
winner, chicken dinner.
I didn't buy a Nicolas Cage rug. But I bought the flag.
Well, Ed, so everybody, I appreciate
allegedly a Nicolas Cage rug. That
flag is awesome. No, let's be real.
There is no certificate of authenticity.
Oh, shut up. Let me believe it. Let me just enjoy it.
He's outside. He can't even argue that either.
That's okay. Let's be real. That's true.
Love. That's
true.
love.
That could be a hoax. That could just be the guy was making a story up, and it happened to be Nicolas Cage.
But I believe it.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Yes, true. But look at the carpet. Yeah. That is a Nicolas Cage carpet, dude. So everybody knows one of our previous guests and our fellow MC and firefighter, Pony Boy,
We do share a brain, by the way.
I believe that.
It's just a given.
He got me a rug that
Brothers.
used to be in Nicolas Cage's house. It's the rug that went up the stairs, and it is the most gaudy thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
like a burgundy with the gold stars, and it
Looks like rug that should be in a Chiefs dorm, you know?
Well, I mean, he's right there. He's looking.
Dude, that's our Lord and
looking
Savior
upon us.
Nicolas Cage.
Hey, Caddy, this is getting deep shit right here because you're making Tim all teary eyed and he's like sniffling. He's about to cry right now. So this is good. This is good.
I thought he was allergic to cats.
I don't-
Something's got me all stopped up. I'm like, damn, what's happening? It's happening.
Something got me all fucked up. I don't know what it is.
killing me.
Hey, here's to Tim. Ding.
Thank you, sir. Much
Who is
appreciated.
this Tim you talk about?
Oh,
I know him as Big Tire or BT.
BT broke Timmy.
This is true because I seem to recall your bike getting dropped off at my house.
Yeah, dude.
And you guys boned out, and I'm like, I guess I'm rebuilding short. From Forks.
Hey, you got this?
but-
Cool. We're out. Bye.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it went down.
Thanks, bro.
Did it not get handled?
Hey, go ahead.
You're in my area.
You're a good brother. You're a good leader, dude. You took care of me.
You're in my area.
Yeah.
We handled it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Seriously.
I'm like, did he leave?
Hey, that's how it goes, man. We're rolling through areas. We got people. You get on the phone. You say, "Hey, I need this," and guess what? It happens.
Yes.
Well, unless you break down on your way from back home from Nashville in the middle of Utah.
Oh God, who are we talking about here?
Nobody
Oh,
was
you?
around. That was me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was him.
What? You're by yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so where'd you break down?
I broke down in Utah, like 5 miles from the Nevada border in the Salt Flats on 80.
That's hot.
West.
Dude. That's
dude. And got towed 400 miles to Reno.
Ooh, did you have it? I mean, did
Is this-
AAA
is this-
cover it?
wait,
I had.
Yeah, go ahead. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I had 200 miles on AAA. The other 200 cost me $850.
Ooh.
And I ended up in Reno at 3 in the morning.
But we did have feelers.
We did, yes.
I had feelers out. Everybody's trying to hook you up and trying to get feelers
100%.
out there.
I was just out of the reach, is what I was.
Well, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Dude. Oh my God.
It was
You had to-
awesome.
dude, that's almost so you almost have to pay $1,000 in towing?
Luckily, I have insurance for the
Supplemented.
bike. Yeah, supplemented. So they reimbursed me
But
eventually.
that wasn't the first time that he had an issue outside of Sturgis. Because
I had in Sturgis.
we had breakfast.
Yeah.
We got our bikes hooked and booked. Mm-hmm. So
Oh, yeah,
that was
dude.
that was $250 per bike.
Hold on. We got to slow the stories down.
Dude, and
hooked and booked? What happened?
Toad.
We parked in the wrong spot in Sturgis.
Apparently, the yellow curb is not for motorcycle parking.
Yeah, it's a
They straight up towed your guys' bikes?
yeah,
Dude,
They-
and you know what the shitty part about the whole thing is? That dude that lived there stood there, watched us park, and didn't say a
right in front of his
goddamn
house.
thing.
Right in front of his house. He's like,
And I was even to his little kid. I'm like, "What's up, buddy? High five!" I was like,
You're all super cool? Yeah. What a
And
dick.
he waited for us to walk away. He's like, "Fuck you guys."
so yeah,
Fucking fireman.
So you talk about backtrack. So my back was killing me on this trip, and it's right. It was Sperling that was with us, Spur Dog, and this guy sold me at the shoot. What's the famous?
One-Eye Jack.
No.
Full Throttle?
Full Throttle.
Oh, Full Throttle Saloon. Okay.
Yeah, this guy sold me on, hey, I'll reupholster your seat. No problem. So it looked, so I spent like $350 to have him reupholster my seat. And it looked like
He was a
shoved-
meth head,
he
by the
looked
way,
like-
just so you know.
It looked like the Ghostbusters Marshmallow Man was in my seat. It was worse than it was.
Oh my god.
So then we went out to breakfast. So now I'm in at 3. It's not even 8 a.m. I'm into 300, and then we got our bikes towed. So now it's
Another
like 6.
$250.
Another 250. So now it's like 550,
Cash only
600.
too.
Yeah, Ryan,
Cash
how
only.
beaten down were you?
Oh, it doesn't even stop there because then his bike breaks down.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So then I bought a
True shit show.
I bought a $650 Corbin seat. So it's a $1,200 day, and I think theirs was like $1,800.
Yeah, it was like $1,800 after everything. And I was supposed to be leaving that afternoon. Well,
Right.
I didn't leave because my bike.
Well, thank God the Mando van is doing well because you guys want slower time. You'll be all right. That's freaking hilarious, though. Everything went wrong for you guys.
that day. Yeah, I mean it wasn't even noon.
No, it wasn't. It was early.
That is so rad.
They spent I think they spent 10 hours on his bike, but because it wasn't that they worked on his bike for 10 hours. It's just they had to find the slot to fit him in.
And the parts.
And the parts, yeah, because you had a clutch bearing basket.
Yeah, I don't even
clutch
remember.
basket bearing, I believe, or something like that. I mean, it was
in pieces.
It was knocking, like like that.
So did you hear it and feel it?
Oh yeah, it was yelling for help. It was and
don't you hate that though?
That was my trip when I took off out of there and did the 22 and a half hours, 1,430 miles straight
Oh
through.
my God,
Yeah.
that's when you did it?
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
gangster.
I was supposed to leave already, and that set me back. So
That's when you did the iron ass.
yeah, that was the first.
I think you hold a record too, right?
I don't know.
I think you do.
1,430
Well,
miles.
he actually on his way out, he was on pace to do that too. And he came across I guess it was a fatal wreck. Well, actually, we got
on the way there.
We got to
Yeah.
backtrack.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because he forgot that he didn't realize his bag flew open, so he lost his big sweater,
my heavy warm stuff.
Everything flew out of your saddlebag. You had no idea.
Somewhere by Park City,
That is
Utah.
such a terrible
and
feeling.
I actually, because I'm like, oh, this is bad. So I went back. I backtracked like half hour, and nothing. Didn't find anything.
So then, he comes across this.
That's a terrible feeling.
He comes across this wreck, or whatever. So they
Middle
have
of Wyoming.
in the middle of Wyoming. So they have
There's nothing there.
They have those arms that go down. It's like, okay, this highway's closed. Whether it's a fatal investigation. Well, he made it past, and then the arm came down, and then you ended up posting up with
A sheriff's deputy gal, canine that was at the wreck, and I'm like, hey, can I get around? She's like, literally that truck is sideways across the road into both ditches. She's like, there's no way you're gonna get around. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, let me go look, and she's like, no, you can't go up there. But so I sat there, and it started getting cold, and I'm fucking freezing my ass off. But she was cool. She let me get in the truck with her, which was
cool.
surprising,
Okay.
Yeah, so I sat.
Yeah, but she
there.
knew you were a firefighter, right?
Yeah, kind of, but I'm some gangly dude on a bike wearing leather vest.
Right.
In the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So, but yeah, that was a.
How long were you there for?
That I got there. It took
So
them. It took them
hilarious.
like almost 6 hours.
You were there for 6 hours.
Yeah,
chilling
I
with the
couldn't go
motorcycle.
back, and there was no way around. Like the shortcut around that was 300 miles longer. So,
Oh, no.
yeah, I'm like, no.
What the heck took so long? The investigation?
No, it was like a big, giant triple trailer big rig that flipped over and spilled its load all over the road, and it's in the middle of the night too, so it was dark.
Spilled us load, huh?
Yeah,
I almost commented on that.
Look, I know we're all thinking it here, okay? We're all 4 grown men. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Classic
Hey,
Tim. Classic Tim.
you get a little screwball in you and you start talking about loads.
Oh, dude, I'm just saying, dude. Yeah, there's a few other things on board.
Hey, what was his name?
Well, Ryan, what's I like that you chose the veterans because I don't know if you guys have, and speak on this too, Evan, please. But recently in the news, I saw that they are building like shelters and giving immigrants or illegal aliens food and phones and doing all this stuff in like New York and other places.
You mean like Obama phones?
Dude, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
You know, the first thing I thought of, I was like, what about our veterans?
Yeah.
What about our veterans? Why are you giving...
What about
Hear me out.
our starving children in the United States?
Right. And when I say this, I am not against people immigrating here if they do it legally. Do it the right way. I'm all for it. But I don't think it's fair that our government is taking care of immigrants better than our veterans who fought and died and lost limbs and have injuries that have changed their lives for our democracy and freedom.
You're
That is
talking about,
so
you're talking about
ass
the guys that
backwards.
sacrificed everything so those immigrants could come to
Yeah.
a free country? Is
Yes,
that what you mean?
I'm going to say it as I believe. I think it's complete bullshit. I think it's way off. The veterans should be first. They should be getting the plus treatment and places to stay and food and shelter and dude, what is going on? That's my thought. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but
No. I agree with you 100%.
irritates me.
Well, he's
and
from
look-
Arizona,
look-
though. You got to remember that.
But look,
You're a California boy.
Yeah.
look at the military right now. They can't get people to join the military, and the ones that join, they're getting on welfare as it is because
They don't make
they're not
enough.
getting paid enough.
Right.
to defend our freedom and our democracy.
It's crazy. Well, and I read another article that said this is the first time in decades that there are more people leaving the military than signing up. First time. I was like, oh, shoot, that's not good. But what do you do? I mean, I can see why. It's like you said. They're not paying them right. There's no support. You don't take care of your veterans, so why am I going to serve my country?
Are you saying that there's a draft looming? Is that what you're telling me?
I am not saying that. Don't you even
Can you imagine?
Shut the
I couldn't even imagine a draft because.
No. You have Civil War.
How do they identify themselves as? I mean, how many genders you got to put on a bathroom? I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry.
It's true though. It's true.
I checked into the hotel today. I mean, I'm not gonna say the hotel, but I was like, I thought it was a girl. It was a guy. Okay, well, it was a guy wearing lipstick, long hair. I'm like, to each his own. I don't care.
And eyeliner. I think he was just in a metal band, dude. It's fine.
Metal band.
to each their own. I mean, it is what it is. But I don't think our government does enough for our veterans.
No,
at all.
It's ridiculous.
100%.
Yeah.
Like so I can go into Mexico and I can sneak back across. Can I say that I'm not a U.S. citizen and get all the free carte blanches, medical insurance, all that stuff?
Yeah.
Because that's what it is.
Well, yes.
And then you want to talk about the gotaways? I think we have another 9/11 coming, and we just...
I agree.
I
totally agree.
It's coming because...
Are we going to start talking about aliens?
Even the debacle...
Aliens,
no,
yes.
we're going there.
We're getting there.
Well, that's kind of the path he went with immigrants.
Yeah.
But
that's a double.
Dude.
But
we're getting canceled. Whatever.
You have an open border that with so many gotaways, and then you want to talk about the debacle when it came to leaving Afghanistan, that none of these people were vetted. You had guys clinging onto wheels, falling off an airplane.
That was
off an airplane.
Allegedly.
It's on film.
I saw it.
It's splat.
I was a young kid.
It's
unfortunate. He was like 16 or 17. That fell the farthest.
Well, it's unfortunate that it happened. But
desperation.
If we, like, most of us pull out the right way.
Right.
We did not pull out.
Did you say pull out the right way?
Bring that
How is that? How is
it? Like, I don't know how we're all going to keep
What's the right way? What's the right way? Can you explain that?
Whatever do you mean?
What do you do after you pull out?
Supposed to be slow or quick.
The door's there.
Well, no, you're seeing people, and I think you're making very solid points because people are clinging on to airplanes, C-130s, cargo planes, and falling to their death trying to get to freedom.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I think people in our country, straight up, they take it for granted. They have no idea how good we have it. I think we've had it too good. Strong men make good times make weak people make bad. It just freaking keeps going down.
Yes.
So I'm like, I agree that something is going to happen that's going to bring our country together.
Man, you were getting deep and just crying is awesome.
No, well, so stop them. I don't know why. No, but it's sad because I believe you. I totally agree. I'm like, dude, we're opening ourselves up to attack. It's going to happen again.
What's interesting is I'm friends with a bunch of military guys, and I don't want to misinterpret what I've heard from them, but with regards to the fire profession, we don't dislike the public because the public is our customer. But when you go on like fall victims, and it is what it is, but when you get a smoke detector chirping at 10 o'clock at night because they can't sleep, and then they go, so how long, or when I ask, hey, how long has this been going on? Oh, since 10 a.m. So the public is not as educated as they used to be. They are so, like, when I started 23 years ago to where I am now, call the fire department. They know how, they'll fix anything. And it's like, when did that, I mean, our resume or your job scope it's so vast.
Right.
It's called the fire department. They'll figure it out.
That's what I came up with. We're professional problem solvers. If people can't solve their own problems,
100%.
that's who they call.
100%.
They call 911, and either the police come or the fire department. So they don't know what to do.
There's been times that I've been, whatever, 2:00 in the morning, whatever, and you're like, seriously, I'm going, and you get there, and now granted, maybe, grandma or grandpa can't climb a ladder to get to a vaulted ceiling with a smoke detector. I get it, and they're nice as heck. It's like, okay, and we do our job. We're polite, professional, and then there's other times it's like, are you kidding me? Like I literally had this happen. 2:00 in the morning, doorbell's ringing frantically. So I'm thinking, oh god,
at the firehouse?
Yeah, at the firehouse.
I hate that.
And so,
dude, I hate that. You just
and
get
so
up.
That's bad news.
No, but it's like it's not like.
It's not like
by
ding
the
dong.
way, you got to check your ring because I'm like when we were ringing.
Oh,
earlier,
it's totally not working. Yeah, it totally not
It was
working.
comedy. It was comedy. Well, you can't look at it. So it was a frantic ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a gunshot, stabbing.
The apartments down the street are on fire.
These guys,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And these guys, they're in their 20s, early 30s, and they're like, hey, you guys take rattlesnakes? I'm like, no. Well, we caught a rattlesnake, and you could hear it just.
Jeez.
I'm like,
Why'd you do that? That's what I was saying.
yeah, it was at their grandma's house or mom's house, and I go, no, we don't take rattlesnakes. You sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty positive. Do you want to see it? I go, I know what a rattlesnake looks like. I'm like, why don't you guys just go put it in the desert because I live in a desert area.
Right.
I'm like, just don't get bit.
Right.
But I don't want to take a rattlesnake.
People do the weirdest stuff, dude. They can't find a solution, so they come to us. But the guy with the rattlesnake, can I just guess his ethnicity? He's probably white, Caucasian.
Yes.
Yeah, that's white people shit, dude. I'm just gonna be real.
Well, yeah,
gay. You ever seen a brother handle snakes? Yeah. Come on, dude.
Okay.
Come on. Like why we handling
Don't you handle them all the time?
Hey, bro. Fat old white guys don't handle me either, so know that shit right there. That's truth.
What are you doing playing with a freaking rattlesnake, man?
Okay, in my 23 years, I've never gone on a snake call.
That's weird
Because we're not the animal control
I know,
department.
No, but I got rattlesnakes, scorpions. I went on a Gila monster bite, and
chupacabra attack?
yeah, but I've never. It's like we're going to this call, and it's like, oh, it's a Gila monster. I'm like, what the heck is a Gila monster?
I don't even know what that shit is.
I had to look it up. Well, my guy ended up. I gave him epi, and he was talking. And by the time I got him to the hospital, and I passed him off, I'm charting. They come in the room. His tongue was swollen out of his mouth, and it made Gems magazine. Those of you that don't know, Gems magazine is like
that's the
Journal of
Yeah.
Emergency Medicine Service.
So it was like the first anaphylactic reaction to a Gila monster bite, and his tongue was swollen out of his mouth. They had to crike him, so I came in the room to crike.
Crikey!
And then so in Arizona we're allowed to crike, and then so
your paramedics are.
yeah.
Wow, they
With like
never let us
with
do
like
that in
a
California.
ballpoint pen or what?
It's not like
I know your hillbillies out in the desert.
This is the best we got.
Yeah.
and so I'm watching this, and so anyways, the guy ended up picking it up in Nevada, and he comes across state lines.
Wait, back up. What is it? First of all,
Okay, so it's a lizard that's black. It's lizards that it's a Harley Davidson lizard because
It's orange and black.
It's orange and black. And
Well, that's a bad
so
sign
it
right
basically says
Yes.
caution. Like when you look
Yeah.
at the thing,
Oh, yeah.
and they're slow as heck, but they whip their heads from side to side like quick, and so they don't have a poison, but it's a neurotoxin. So this guy picked it up in Arizona, Nevada, brought it across into Arizona. He thought it was, it's
is that a
lizard.
felony?
Yeah,
know,
interstate of
Yeah.
a protected species.
Yes.
So he had it on his shirt, and it crawled up and it bit him like right above the heart. And
Of all places.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's this animal called again?
it's a Gila monster.
Gila monster.
Gila.
This guy didn't die
No.
because he had a good fire department. Let's go.
The crike got messed up, and then they ended up with a trach. But yeah, he got hit with interstate travel of a protected species.
So
not to mention the hospital bill.
They shoved it up his ass, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost dies.
Minus
they cry
the lube.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Hey, ding.
Can you imagine? But like, why don't you guys just let me die?
It's
I brought him in talking. Like I gave him a butyrol. I did the whole the
guidelines or SOPs.
The butyrol, the solumedrol.
Yeah.
I mean, just going the whole gamut. Epi.
It's called protocols, just so you know, Tim.
Oh,
Protocols.
sorry. Thank you.
Thank
you for getting that. The guy who's never a medic. Get the fuck out of here.
It's the allergic reaction to a coma cocktail. I'm throwing it to him.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, it was my ex who is the nurse, and she's like, "I need your help now."
Your ex was the nurse.
Your ex or your baby
God.
mama?
Baby mama too.
Oh, baby mama. Okay.
Oh yeah. No, she's phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, I know she is.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I know she is.
100%.
No, like what?
100%.
No, I'm just kidding.
And her husband, like my son calls him dad. Like my son will do it on purpose. Him and I will be standing next to each other, and we'll both have our backs turned towards our son, and he'll go, "Hey, Dad," and then we'll both look, and Ryder will be like, "See, I told you they both look." And
Look at the little guy,
they're,
dude.
They're solid. No, they're solid.
Got you. Okay, you just say something. I got a text from Ponyboy.
Does it make any sense?
No, it does. Did you guys hear that thud earlier while we were recording?
He fell down.
Was that him, Lon?
Yeah. I was just saying right now. Todd passed out.
From too much partaking.
He
So
had a little
he
too much
lawn-darted?
Jesus juice.
Oh, you talking about he went full syncope then?
Yeah, that's what that huge thud was. I'm like,
I heard that.
yeah, that was Todd. Way to go, Todd.
Do we need to call 911?
No, he said they got it handled.
Okay, good.
I'm like, God.
Tell him take care of shit. We're busy right now.
Yeah.
Hey, here's to Todd.
Yeah, dude, good job, Todd.
Yep. Good
Shoot,
job.
we need to change his name from Mule to
Gravy.
LD. Lawn Dart.
Gravy.
Lawn dart, dude.
He was so mad in Nashville,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
when I was called him Gravy after biscuits and gravy.
We love you, Todd. Just wondering what that loud noise was, but thanks for passing out at my house.
Before we move on, just for the viewers, can you guys describe what criking is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shoot. I didn't think
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you for our technical.
Yeah. So,
Boy, Evan, thank you.
so it's
not Australian.
It's an advanced airway versus an intubation, to where if you have an anaphylactic reaction and the mouth is completely swollen up, you can't get an intubation, that you're able to utilize the cricoid thyroid, and you can cut across. Basically, you're kind of cutting the neck or the throat, and you're using that, going through the cricoid membrane and creating an airway for somebody that can't breathe.
Okay, so that was super technical. Let me break it down. When you can't move air through your mouth, they poke a hole in your throat to your airway, and the air goes through there.
See paramedic versus EMT.
That was very good.
I'm just a
Just,
EMT.
I mean,
Just a EMT.
You're a medic before you promoted, right?
Yes.
So
I'm still paramedic, actually.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
say,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is true.
Let's go, baby.
Are you
But
getting
back-
paid as a paramedic, though?
On some days I do actually. I work as a operator, paramedic.
Well, with my department back in the day, which it doesn't apply anymore, is you couldn't promote to engineer unless you were a paramedic.
Oh shoot! Okay.
So when I tested for engineer, I was in medic class, and they're like, "Well, we'll promote you pending you pass the paramedic class." So I got promoted in like November, and then February I got my medic. But yeah, you couldn't
What the
promote. You
fuck?
could not promote unless you're in it.
And that's what he had to go do time at the hospital. That's where he met his ex baby mama at the hospital. Yeah.
I got you. I honestly, engineer is the best position I love it. It's the
I miss
best.
it. I miss
Dude,
it.
it is fucking
I miss it.
awesome. It is awesome. You are your own boss.
And
Like the
for
fire
all-
we had last night, dude.
allegedly you had a fire.
Shut up! You just don't want. Come on. No, we pull up. Captain's gonna get out, do his size up 360, whatever. Firefighters are pulling their lines. It's just you, and you got to get your water supply. And if something goes wrong, you got to manage it. You got to figure it out. You're kind of on
Well,
your own.
for an engineer, the first 5-10 minutes are your busiest time, and then the rest you're just like twiddling your thumbs,
Yeah, I love it.
and you're like, all right, who took what tool?
Yeah,
Did they clean my tool?
yeah. It's rad. I should have promoted earlier to engineer.
I love testing, or not testing. I got a couple guys in my department right now, or my station. My 2 firefighters. They're actually testing for engineer coming up, and they're like, "Hey, I want you to do 360 around the rig, like when we go to take off." And I'm like,
Golden circle, baby.
"Why? No, you don't have to." And that's all I have to say. And now they're thinking that I left the compartment open, and so they're just like doing a 360. Like, what do you do? What do you do? I'm like,
Yeah, but you
I didn't do
asked
anything.
you asked stuff to make people believe that something's going on or they're wrong. You
Yeah,
know this
because you don't.
You
know,
have a way to do it. I know you, bro.
You don't know if somebody went around your rig and opened a compartment
True.
and didn't shut it.
I agree.
Or
So-
there's some
Coffee
toddler,
cups.
toddler sitting on the ground
Coffee
in
cups.
front of your fire engine. I mean,
Dude,
yeah.
coffee cups is a huge one.
Coffee cups, yes.
I have seen quite a few mugs go flying off of the bumpers of fire engines as they make turns.
Well, I mean, we've had the coffee cups. I'm sure I've lost one or two, and then you have we've had compartments come open, and I mean now. I think we had a generator go flying out around a corner.
Fucking generator.
Couple SCBA bottles launching like torpedoes.
Now, I mean, after several incidences over the past that's happened in the past, where like nozzles have come flying off, and now they're attached to your engine, and then they've actually hit people and caused major damage.
Bro, generator's like the most expensive thing out there. Holy jeez, dude.
It might have came off and tumbled.
And then some tweaker picked it up and ran with it.
I didn't do it.
Parting it out, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what's interesting? So we actually have 5 brand new E1 Typhoons, and
E1, okay.
yeah, they're nice.
Who buys those dog shit rigs anymore?
Apparently we do, but no, they're we're seeing the subtle flaws in some of them,
Seagrave.
but they have door locks, so I can look up there, I can push a button and I can lock all the doors. It's like, okay, so we don't really have problems that other cities have, big cities, as far as the engineer has to stay with the rig and has to protect the rig and make sure nothing gets stolen. We don't have that problem, but it's like we leave the rigs running while we're inside on a medical call, and we have a the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are on the door. It's like, so you trust us with a $750,000 rig, and you can't give us a code for the door?
Oh, that's so stupid.
So I can't lock the doors,
Right.
because anybody can hop in, and if they wanted to go for a joyride, they're gone.
Wow, that's right. Well, you keep it on too because it's so hot. You got to keep the AC going.
Yeah, when it's 110, 120.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Does it
But
actually? Does your AC pump? Does the rig stay cold?
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah, they have to get the upgraded AC over there. It costs extra.
Yeah, I was gonna say our ACs suck. Fucking dog shit, dude. They're fucking terrible.
That's like an afterthought.
Yeah. Oh, you need AC? We'll think about it.
Hey, can we get the model that the refrigeration trucks use?
Yeah, no shit.
No, I guess I didn't ask, but it's like we have the capability to lock the rigs, and it's like, just give us the code can all be the same for all the rigs.
Easy.
You know what I
So
would have
that way
done?
we can
You want to know
secure
what I
it.
would have done? I would have gone on the internet, YouTube, and figured out how to program it. I would have programmed our own code in there.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Fuck those guys.
Ring that. Ring that.
You know, I always say this, and I know you guys know this. Firefighters will always find a way. Like when so I'll just say this. I know in a certain department that I might have been involved with that they started controlling our AC. So that's
In the
fine.
stations?
Yeah. So
yeah.
so we started putting lamps, took the shade off, and put it right next to the freaking thermostat. So it was always hot.
Hell
dude.
yeah. Spotlight shining right on it.
So it was just always pumping cold, dude.
Yeah.
They were freezing over and blowing. They couldn't figure out why. It was awesome.
Oh, man. That's so awesome.
I know.
There
We'll
is
always
no
find a
such
way.
thing as fireman proof.
No, we will find a way around that.
For sure.
But Ryan, also so people know, you grew up actually in California,
Yeah.
right? And then you got hired in Arizona where you work now, correct? But what got you into the fire service? What made you want to go into this career?
This
That's actually-
one time at
that's-
band camp?
Yeah, that's actually a funny story. So, I always knew that I had to, I wanted to do something. I didn't know what. I knew education was a key to wherever I wanted to go. So I went to junior college. I applied to 2 major universities, USC, ASU. I got accepted to both.
You accepted to USC?
Yeah, I went to.
No,
I went
what?
To,
Good for you.
I went to USC for a year and a half.
My guy, dude. All right.
And
On a ping pong scholarship.
hey,
Tennis and shit.
when I was in Ding Dang, and I was shitting pancakes, not the size of the paddle.
He'd be a John McEnroe. He'd be all fucking
bong.
pissed out there, dude. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
And,
sorry.
No. So I got accepted to USC, went there, business marketing major, and before that, I'd always worked I worked for City of Palos Verdes Estates for Streets and Parks maintenance at age 12.
Damn, no way.
Picking up trash.
Okay.
And so then I worked, then as that went on, so from 12 to 24, I was Streets and Parks maintenance, potholes, stop signs, all that stuff every summer. And then I realized that by going to USC, I was like, oh, I'm not a suit and tie kind of guy. And I thought business marketing was where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this is not me. So then me not wanting to be a suit and tie kind of guy, I ended up working at Nordstrom's for 4 years. Wearing a suit and tie.
In a suit and tie.
Yeah.
Wearing a suit and tie.
Were you selling
And
women's shoes?
So
On commission.
when I had a good buddy of mine, he goes, yeah, we went to Universal Studios, and and it was right when the movie Backdraft came out, and we went to the Backdraft set. We're watching. He's like, "Why don't you become a firefighter?" I'm like, "I don't know." And so we started talking about it. We had our girlfriends with us at the time, and he goes, so we got to his house. He's like, "Take these classes." So I took the classes that he told me to take through El Camino College, and I never turned back.
Wow. Oh, you went to El Camino?
Yeah,
Dude, right on.
Class of '75.
Oh, okay. I'm 110.
Yeah, I dated myself.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, whatever, dude.
Damn, bro, you
So
hella old.
so did long haul. I think Rings was like -10.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
He went through there too. Yeah.
Goofy.
And his mom. Shout out to Ring's mom.
Dude, you guys are ruthless with
Mad
those
Pops.
fucking jokes at him on our chats. Oh, my God. I'm like, holy crap.
You motherfuckers. What's up, Rings? I love you, buddy.
Yeah, we love you, bro. We love you. Yes, okay, so you had to, I want to say not guidance, but you were kind of like me and probably a lot of people. I didn't have any family in the fire service. I
No,
had
absolutely
clue.
not.
I just kind of like, all right, well, I'm going to go for this.
Yeah, I did it, and then of course, with everybody out here in California, I mean, it's like you got to take anywhere from 25 to 50 tests to finally get picked up. So I'm testing. And then I remember I lived out in the area I'm at, and
In
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah, in Arizona. I got picked up like right away. It's like boom, full time. All right, 2 years medic class engineer within under 5 years. I'm like, all right. Then I tried to get back here, and then I had a kid, and I just never looked back. I mean, I tested with Long Beach. I tested with Redondo Beach. Redondo Beach had like the fucking highest written score, 95 overall. The interview was done and over for the oral interview, and they're like, hey, wait, we want to talk to you. And I sat there for another 20 minutes, and then, oh, you're not a paramedic. I didn't have that. I didn't have that golden ticket at the time.
Yeah.
The P part.
I never wanted to be a paramedic.
I never
had
did
to go.
either, and I didn't.
Yeah, I know. You didn't sell your soul.
You're right.
You did the right thing.
Yeah. Okay. So when you took your medic class, I had an instructor, and he goes, just so you know, when you become a paramedic, you will kill somebody, not intentionally.
Wait, what?
No, dude.
He literally, dude. He said that to you?
Yeah, my instructor. He goes,
Not a very good instructor.
not to me, to the whole class.
Okay.
Okay, so let me.
That's a good opening
Yeah,
line.
poor Evan.
because-
Evan has
well,
nothing to do with the fire service, dude. You probably think we're like just insane right now.
All right, Evan.
All murderers.
These guys are wackos.
So, but here's the thing, Evan. So
You killed my grandma.
Yeah, dude.
but what do you call a doctor who gets an A versus a doctor that gets a C?
A doctor.
Doctor, right? So you can have a paramedic who's book smart and knows exactly, but they can't treat a patient. Versus
That is-
somebody that is
God,
street
that's so
smart
true.
that
Yeah.
actually can walk in a room and read it real quick and go,
Yes.
hey, load and go. And honestly, if you can't figure out, if you're a medic and you can't figure out the situation to load and go within a couple of seconds of walking in a room, you probably shouldn't be a medic.
Yeah, I've met quite a few medics.
Big sick or not sick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big sick.
Are you? This
ALS
one's
or
big
BLS?
six. Yeah.
like we need a diesel bolus now.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, let's go.
Well, yeah, I've met quite a few medics, at least precepting, taking on students that weren't as strong academically, but it's almost like their street smarts and paramedic skills were very good. They can make calls very fast. And then there was a lot I met who were like, say they're getting 98, 100% in the class, but when it came to their field time, terrible. Like they just couldn't put it all together. You know what I'm saying?
Like when you have somebody reading, hello, my name is so-and-so, I'm with such and such
Right.
department.
Right.
What is your emergency?
BSI, scene safety.
We're all safe in here,
Yeah.
right? Oh my God, dude.
It's called street cred, not book cred.
But no, I remember one of the instructors, and he's like, "Hey, just so you guys know, and we're all human, right? We all make mistakes at one point in time.
I agree.
And so hopefully, you're on your A game. But he's like, yeah, in your career, you probably will kill somebody, and so I've been a medic since like 03, 04, and start to reflect on, okay,
Did I kill anybody?
yeah. Well, you start to reflect on treatment. It's like, okay, this, and so like if you're really second guessing yourself on a treatment, what are you going to do? I'm going to call the hospital. KMG 365.
Make base.
And you're going to push it off on the medical director. Like,
Did you say pussy?
probably.
You're fine.
Might have been a Freudian slip.
No, you're good. But yeah, put it on the medical director, right?
Yeah, like if you're truly stumped,
Right.
you're going to push it off and you're going to patch, and we all have standing orders that we're going to give, whatever treatment, whatever the patients, and
Right.
It's like, I don't know. I'm just gonna call for medical direction, and this is what I got because your vitals and all that stuff, and say, this is my path. Do you agree?
Yeah. So people understand too. Even though we work as paramedics, we don't work on our own. Hell yeah, baby. We actually have a boss, and we go under the medical director of the county that we work in. But we also have MIG nurses that we can call into, so for our protocols, someone's having a heart attack, we need to make contact, or it's a kid who's injured, trauma, we're making contact, and that means we're talking to a nurse and a doctor who have now taken control, and they're telling us what to do. So I'm just trying to break it down so people kind of know.
Yeah, we're it's not that we're lost. It's not that we don't know how to treat. We're going to do the basics,
Right.
So we have our standing orders and our procedures that we're going to follow. But it's like, hey,
Protocols.
I might be stumped. It sounds
Protocols.
I know it sounds like you're going like boats and hoes, boats and hoes, and,
Prestige
protocols
worldwide.
Prestige worldwide, baby.
So this is a path, or in certain it's different. Like you talk California versus Arizona. I'm more in a rural area, so we can intubate pediatrics. Whereas here, you can throw a rock in any direction, you're going to hit a hospital.
Oh yeah,
so you guys can't.
You're within 5 minutes of the
You guys
hospital.
can't intubate pediatrics.
No, we don't intubate. No.
Yeah.
Not peds. Nope.
And we can. But I call helicopters all the time because our closest trauma center is Vegas. Wow. So if I get a motorcycle wreck or boating accident because of the river, the lake, prop cuts, this, that, and the other, I will call for a helicopter. Like, I'll land a helicopter and fly them to Vegas because.
And so when you talk about a helicopter for everybody at home, that's a medical helicopter.
Correct.
Okay.
With a flight nurse and paramedic. Yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you're good. No, we're just trying to, because a lot of times we understand the lingo, but I'm trying to remember, like,
Evan doesn't understand, so I'm doing
right,
it for him.
and so
I
like,
don't know.
he's like, what's going on? But intubating as paramedics, it's pretty much we're putting a tube down into their lungs so we can breathe for them. That's all we're doing. So, hell yeah, G.
Hey, Caddy, how'd you get your nickname?
That's a great question.
That's
a great question. How did you get your nickname?
So.
Well, I mean, you have a couple nicknames, so I want you to run down all of them.
Stick with the one that's showing.
Oh, okay.
First one being slut.
No.
Is Manhor your nickname? Manhorian?
You want a resume?
No, I know your resume.
We
I'm
got
fine.
enough pages to fit that resume, man.
Here's to you.
So when I first started with the fire department I'm with, I had a background in construction. So I was working downtown LA doing tenant improvement, all this stuff, and they happened to be doing a remodel at one of our stations. And so I go up to the captain, hey, what do I need to do? They're like, hey, you're doing drywall, pulling ceiling, this, that, and the other. So I'm hanging drywall, painting, doing floors, and I'm going on structure fires. So I wasn't really going on a lot of calls. And then, guess what? Construction's done. There's another station with construction. So they moved me to that station. So now I'm running more calls. And then I got to another one. Then he's a retired engineer, P. Van Roy. And he goes, you're a skater. You just skate out all the calls. They put you to outline stations.
Skater. That's awesome.
Then, so skater went from skater to no, you're like a Cadillac. We're just going to take you out on the weekends.
Oh, right.
So
dude.
that's how I kind of got Cadillac.
Okay.
Just take you out on the weekends.
Hell yeah.
And then when I go out with you guys, girl might ask, "Hey, what's Cadillac?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm smooth." Because when have you ever been in a rough riding Cadillac?
Never.
We're smooth.
So I call Pierces. I call them Cadillacs, baby. Smooth.
We're smooth.
Very smooth. You can agree with that. Pierce are good rigs.
Yeah, they're good. Just not Quantums. They're behemoths. They're so tall, so big,
They are very tall.
and I'm a tall man.
Super tall.
And
How
it's
tall
tall
are you
for-
actually?
How
You
did
6 foot?
I want
6'4".
to know how his legs hold that frame up.
You mean these legs that'll roundhouse kick you to your fucking head?
When I'm on the ground.
Don't make me go Kung Fu Panda on your ass.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, where'd that come from? That's a lot of
He
hate.
sounds very angry.
That just came to me. Well, it actually reminded me of Sturgis again when we were in Deadwood.
This one time?
Yeah. Well, we've been there multiple times.
I know.
But it reminded me of Sturgis when you were sitting in that one chair with the skinny legs and it had the big white butt hanging out.
The bar
With the
bar
big
chair.
round butt.
Always good times.
Well, dude, one last final thing I kind of want to get on, though, and this is open for both of you to talk about, but
Evan,
because
too?
you guys, they're talking about.
He might not know what we're talking about, but it's fine.
No, but you guys, I got 15, 16 years in the fire service. You guys have more time on than I do,
Just
but
a baby.
mental health in the fire service and the importance of it and what our departments are doing for us. Because I go to therapy and I try to encourage as many people to do it because it's a healthy thing. It's not bad to say, hey, I need some help. But do you see a trend of it getting better as far as departments acknowledging it and trying to encourage our personnel, hey, it's okay to say I need help? Or does it still feel more taboo where you guys are at?
I know with our department, we started a several committees a committee where we have several guys that are going through the counseling process of it.
Okay.
And they're the individuals you go to, right?
Right.
The problem for me that I see with that is the guys, and I couldn't tell you which guys on my department that are doing it. I know,
Right.
I have a rough idea,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I get you.
But with a smaller department, it's you say something and word spreads like wildfire. I mean, it does,
Yes.
And then so
Chatty Cathyville.
so when
Worse than high school
if I get a nasty call, like I said earlier in the show, is I'll do a tailboard with my guys, and I sat in on that one critical incident stress debriefing, and it was a fatal fire on an infant, and so when it went around the room, I'm like, oh, that's why that person was naked coming out of the house. That's why, Dad was naked coming out of the house. And then you're looking at PD, and so when I heard everybody's story that put the picture together, I'm like, I don't ever want to do this again. And that was my perception of it. I think with our newer generation of firefighters, I think they're not as tough-skinned as us. The way we were raised, it's like, and what I mean by that is like, be home before the street lights are out. I mean, my son's 11 years old. He's got a cell phone. All right. I got Life 360 on him. I can see where my son's at. I can see what his phone percentage is at. We were just be back before, the lights are on.
Yeah.
And don't get kidnapped.
Don't get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Don't get molested.
You're stupid.
Don't burn the house down. And your parents never knew.
Fend for yourself.
Our parents never. My parents never knew where I was.
There's a lot of hand holding.
I was gone.
now. Yeah, it's a different generation. A lot of
Hand holding.
Yeah.
Helicopter parents. Lawnmower parents.
Yeah.
So I know the newer generation is, and I see the work ethic. But back to your point is, I think it's with my guys, reading the room and seeing how it affects them. I've done counseling in the past. I haven't done it in a long time. Probably should, but
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you need a couple. You need a couple counselors, man.
And you need to find Jesus.
Is fine Jesus. I think it's all on an individual basis. I really can't. I mean, it's trying to. I guess it's for me. It's trying to keep my finger on the pulse with my guys and seeing how they're doing, and you know, I think the calls
are going to dictate it.
If you are the public, and whether if you're asking police, fire, military, do me a favor, don't ask them what's the worst thing they've ever seen.
Thank you for saying that. God dang it, thank you for saying that.
Because my response is going to be, so you want me to relive the worst thing that I've ever seen that's traumatized me, that has affected me for probably weeks on end, to entertain you.
And I'm a professional, so you definitely can't handle it.
Right,
So,
right.
That one kills me, and I don't sugarcoat that by any means. When somebody's asked me that, I'm like, so you want me to entertain your fucking ass to relive something that traumatized me, that's affected me, that I will never forget?
I can't unhear it.
Just for your value.
Yeah.
And it's basically a fuck you, go away.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to say that too.
Yeah.
Go pound sand, dude.
I do. I mean, it's especially on military.
Yeah.
Their bond. I mean, we're paramilitary. I can't speak for police because I'm not a police officer, obviously. But
thank God.
some of the stuff that they see in the military. I mean, you build these bonds when you go abroad, Afghanistan, Iraq, Desert Storm, Vietnam, whatever. And you want to talk about depending on one another. I mean, it's
all they have is each other.
It's for them, it's life or death.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, I mean, in my career, you know, hopefully it doesn't happen, but I mean, there's always a possibility that I might not come home, or my engineer or my firefighter or something might happen.
Yeah.
But you develop these bonds, but the military is just, to me, it's just it's the next level up. And then when they lose their brothers or multiple brothers, and so when they come back to here, I know I got sidetracked. We got a little off on that story.
No, you're totally good.
When they come back, it's like, it's almost like they're an outcast. It's like they've served 20-something years, and you know who they get along with? Other military.
Yep.
They're
Yeah.
and you have military clubs.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
like-minded people
Yeah.
that see, for the most part, they see eye to eye.
Yeah.
They have a common bond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Footy?
So I'm going to tag on to what he's talking about, the situation for like the critical incident stress debriefing, where you go in the room and it's everybody that was on the call, all that stuff. For me, that's not a place where I can open up and give my true feelings about it, because when you open up, you're vulnerable as a person. And if I do it, it's got to be the circle of trust, the guys that I know. When we have a bad call, I go back with the guys on my crew that were on the call, and we'll talk about it there. And then we know that phone call's coming from the chiefs to say critical stress debriefing, and I ask all my guys, do you want to participate? No. Yeah, we're good. And they don't make it. So they don't make us do it. And the best therapy is the real raw therapy right there with the guys that you're crewed together, and that's a circle of trust. So I'm not a fan of that big open forum with everybody there, the dispatchers, the cop, and all that stuff. Because you know what, in my opinion, I was there, I saw what happened and how it went. Yep. I don't need to add to the traumatizing dispatcher that had to talk to the mom or whatever their portion of it is. I don't need to add that to my Rolodex of bad shit, you know?
Okay, but so you've sat in on one.
I've sat on several.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, and the reason I brought it up is when I sat in on one, and that was 20 something years ago. I've never sat in on another one since.
Because you didn't want to, or
no, I don't want to.
Yeah,
because I saw all the pieces, but it wasn't until the meeting that all the pieces were made the puzzle.
right.
Like I could see all the pieces, and when the puzzle was complete, I'm like, that was more of a mind fuck than what I had initially gone on.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Everybody's adding
okay,
their
I
version
see.
of it.
Right.
So
Yeah,
now what you had in your eyes now is magnified by 100 times.
Because
So
everyone perceives everything different.
how
you
have
look at a picture.
15 different stories about that incident.
Yeah, like we
So-
could look at the Nicolas Cage picture, but that art is going to speak to you in a different way than it's speaking to me. The same with how we perceive the call and how it came down. So
Well, hold on.
I just
your
thought something
art-
was wrong with him because he's got a conjugate stare up into the stare.
Oh, dude, he's so beautiful. Look at that man, dude.
Well, I must say that your art does not talk to me, so I don't know what you're doing around here. Okay?
Not many art on the walls around here.
Yeah.
No, I just bring it up, like talk about it, just because it's something that we're all in the same profession. We all see a lot of things that the everyday public will never see and shouldn't. It's not for everybody. This job isn't built for everyone. But
That's my what I say is that people ask you, oh, it must be. I said it's a great job, but it's not for everybody.
right. It's not everyone can
100%. And you know, I encourage people to, you know, reach out and seek help if you need it. You know,
Yeah.
Whether it's, I mean, shoot, the fire department's vast. I mean, you've had guys go to counseling for whether it's alcohol. Cheers.
We drink our whiskey. Let's go.
Cheers.
You know, substance abuse, whether it's, you know, whatever your niche is. We're smart enough to know and realize if we need help, and it's just taking that step to go there.
Yeah.
And who's the help for? So it's the help's for us, but it's also for our family.
Yes.
You know, whether it's
Well said.
our kids.
Very well said. Yeah.
You don't have kids, but
No.
that you know of. But
Oh yeah.
pull out game is strong.
I definitely don't have any kids. I'm good.
Yeah, that's 100% not bringing that burden home to your family, because that when you are in that mindset of being stressed out over mental health, the process of bringing all that pain home, and then you lash out to your family for no reason, and they don't know what's wrong, because you don't tell. I don't go home and tell them anything, details. If I've had a bad day, I'll say, hey, you know, it was a pretty bad day. We had some, you know, not so much fun stuff. And they know not to ask me, because I'm not going to tell them, because you don't want to pass that trauma on to somebody else that doesn't need it. And
Correct.
it is very important that you don't dump that crap onto your family. And some guys can't do it. And that's why they find the bottle, or they find drugs, or what have you, like Caddy's his sex addiction. That's the other one.
Whoa, that escalated quick.
You're good.
I'm just kidding.
It's natural. Who cares,
Yeah,
bro?
I'm just kidding. there is no proof that he actually is addicted to it.
There's no proof. No, I just asked that question because I just want to see, you know, thoughts, because we all work in different areas. We're all over
And
California.
to answer you, because I never really answered it. So in my area, it's actually taken a front seat finally for time period, because we've had several guys that are struggling with stuff.
Okay.
And workers' comp for the state is now recognizing it as an injury. It's PTSI now instead of PTSD,
Very
because
good.
post-traumatic stress injury.
Okay.
You have to prove it's job related, but in our job, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Very easy to do.
Well, okay, we breeder, right?
Yeah.
The hooligans.
Yes. Fire hooligans.
Yeah, fire
John Breeder,
hooligans.
let's go, baby.
I mean, so you have him reaching out for firefighter
Mental health.
mental health awareness. I met this. I think you were there in Vegas as well. I know Mongo was there. We met Dina. She retired from San Diego firefighter. She was a captain, and she does. I can't remember the name, but it was for firefighter health and safety as well.
Hell yeah.
But I heard one the other day about PTSD, post-traumatic slut disorder.
Oh, you have that, definitely.
So I heard that. I'm like, okay, I got to remember that. I didn't know I'd be saying it on the show, but.
Hey, but seriously, the other thing is now IFF is totally on board with it. They created this center of excellence on the East Coast to send members from anywhere in the IFF there for it's a 30-day, whatever. It doesn't have to be PTSI. It could be addiction, all that stuff. And it's done so well that they're actually opening West Coast down in SoCal. Yeah,
no way.
It's in the works. So
that's specifically for firefighters.
IFF members only.
IFF members.
Yeah, so
that's huge.
Yeah, and it's one of the top-rated programs. They bring in the best people in the business and to treat guys, and the success rate out of the Center for Excellence from IFF is
very high.
I don't want to say 100%.
Yeah, but it's very high.
It's successful.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
It's
not cheap though. That's the other thing.
Are they using the EDMR or
EMDR?
Yeah, EMDR.
Yeah, I did EMDR and brain spotting. I've been doing it for 6 months.
I don't even know what that is. That's some alien shit you're talking about. Aliens.
No. I listen to a lot of EMDR music. It's like, maybe you can help me explain this, but it's trying to replace that traumatic injury with something else. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, a buddy of mine went through it.
The same with brain spotting.
And instead of compartmentalizing, actually, I think that's what you're trying to do. They're trying to compartmentalize it and not repress it, but it's kind of like if you talk about it's you're suppressing that aspect of it. Yeah, I don't know enough about it to.
I mean, I've been doing it for a while now, and me personally, I can see a huge difference. But going to it and starting it was difficult. It's hard because you're having to. You don't realize how much we suppress. But I'm not saying the big calls. I'm talking the everyday little calls that we go on that are just kind of
daily.
Up. The daily, yes. Everyone. You don't realize you tuck that away, but it's coming out in other things, whether it's your work habits, addiction, how you treat relationships and people. So when you're going through this with
fear of commitment.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, were you looking at him or me?
Yeah,
both of you guys
too. But no, the going through the EMDR and brain spotting, you have to relive a lot of this stuff. But they also went back to my childhood. So they ask the right questions to get you to dig really, really deep to realize your decision-making process and how you are as an adult stems from how you were as a child and what you went through. It's really interesting. So they kind of explain it really well, but the hard part with me, at least for me when I was going through it, was having to go back to that memory and relive it because they have you like step by step. What did you see? Let's talk about that. How'd that make you feel? What happened? And you don't realize like how much of these calls take a toll on you. And you just keep burying it, right? Because we got to run the next call. Here's what it is. Right? That's our job. So you go to a call that's screwed up and it sucks. Get them to the hospital. Put your gear back on the rig. You're back in service. Run another one.
Yeah, and it becomes water off a duck's back.
Well, it desensitizes you too.
Yeah, you become callous.
Yes. Your empathy goes away.
When I lost my grandpa, and then 13 days later I lost my dad, and I'd been in the fire service long enough, and I'm like.
Cheers to your grandpa and dad.
Yeah, seriously. Jeez, dude.
And
damn right.
Yeah, how can you cheer? You need to put something in that. You can't cheers without being empty.
He
tried. I watched him.
Goddamn, he just
didn't want to hold up my show.
I caught you slipping, Evan.
We got technical difficulties. Stand by.
He just said his dad and grandpa died. You had an empty glass cheering people, dude.
Thank you, sir. And
Evan, everyone. You crazy bastard.
I honestly treated it like the job. And because that's how I've dealt with death for 10 or so years.
Yeah.
And my ex, she goes, you had two phases. Out of the 5 stages of grieving, she goes, you had anger and acceptance. That was it. I had no bargaining, no anger, acceptance, bargaining.
Denial.
Yeah, there's no denial.
This is a test question.
Yeah, I failed. But
This is the HR portion of your CAPS test.
I had anger and I had acceptance. That was
Yeah.
It was.
Well, and I didn't realize too, like it's so because you guys probably say, but like we being raised in a different era, our parents were just way more old school, and it was the man goes to work and provides, and you're tough. Like you put a face on, you're tough, and you do what you do for your family. You do what you got to do. But realizing it's okay to work through emotions, and it's actually very healthy, and that's how we're created, and our bodies are made to go through those different stages, whether it's grief or you're upset, crying, denial, whatever it is, but to actually see that through and do it, and how releasing that is for you, instead of just holding it in like, well, I just gotta be tough. It's like, well, yeah, you gotta be tough to a point, but you also gotta release that shit.
Yeah, but when you've been in the fire service for long enough, there's no denial of the fact that someone's dead.
True.
There's no
Very
bargaining that they're going to come back.
Because you know.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's DRT.
Yeah, we're realists. This is real.
So,
yeah.
Okay, DRT, dead right there. And it's a
savage, dude.
I mean,
I use that one too.
but it's, now obviously, we're doing a podcast and we don't say this on scene.
What are we doing?
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
We're professional on scene, but it's like, it is what it is. And so all the stuff that I had seen in 10 years, it's like, there's no denial that, my grandpa passed or my dad. Like, actually, when I got the phone call when my dad died, it was, my dad passed. And then it was like the phone hung up. I'm like, passed? What does passed mean?
The test?
Passed. Like, because that's not a term. I remember learning this in medical school. You don't say so and so passed. It's so and so died or so and so's dead, right? Right. Because passed is like what passed gas.
Yeah. They just passed by me, or what's going on? Right.
So I actually had
that's
to call.
That's a biblical term.
I had to call back and go. I'm like, okay, so my dad's dead, or he died.
Yeah. You said
like, yeah,
he's not living anymore.
Yeah, but it's a term that I had been ingrained in me that you don't say that term to somebody on the phone because it's like, what does past mean? So I
get you.
And that for me, that was like, okay, so that was some tough. And during that time, losing my grandpa, who was like my dad, and my dad was like my best friend. For me, that time was, and I was angered.
Yeah.
And I hit the ball pretty hard. Because I lost in a 13-day span. For me, it was like I just lost my best friend and kind of like my father.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot to accept and deal with. That's a lot.
And you're saying you didn't cry it out.
I cried at both funerals, but it was very brief and short.
You didn't get a good release, dude.
No.
Yeah, you got, man. I've had some good cries in this house, bro. You gotta let it go.
Yeah, crying it out helps.
It helps a lot, dude. Helps a lot. I thought it was weak to cry, but it's not. No, it's healthy for you.
And the other thing that I was going to say is, like, we manifest stuff in our mind that you don't even realize we're doing. And I'll give you an example for me. I don't drive down certain streets, not consciously at first, but then I realized what I was doing, because those streets are where there was something that really bad happened. When I see certain cars, I go, I fucking hate that car. It's because that car was a car that was involved in something that was
very traumatic.
Traumatic. So we don't know that we're doing it, but we do it. And when you finally talk to somebody and unearth all these stuff and start peeling the layers back, because there's layers upon layers of shit, and once you start doing that, you're like, man, it makes so much more sense. And
well, it's completely unrelated in a sense. Like, so when I come and work at my dad's business, I always catch myself on the street that my dad passed, and I always end up going by the pole that he hit. It doesn't matter. Like, there's several different ways I can get to a customer, but I always end up on that street, and I always end up driving by and go, it's like miss you, pops, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I always end up on that street.
Not consciously. Do you do it on purpose?
I probably do it on purpose. I mean, it's a common street that you leave the business. I can either go down to the freeway several blocks, take it out, or I can take the longer way. And I think I just consciously take the longer way to go by and just.
It's interesting you say that because I do the same with my brother's grave. My brother was killed when he was 18 years old. I was 17 in a car accident, and he's buried here in Long Beach. And I go 15 minutes out of my way just to drive by, just to see, not even get out, but just to drive by. It's like the same thing. It's just like, miss you, dude.
Yeah,
You can't explain it, but you're just like, I gotta do it. I don't care if it's 15 minutes or not. Like I'm gonna drive by.
Yeah, I mean, I can take the freeway, which might be faster, might not, and I just always end up on Western and 182nd, and I'm like, all right.
God, isn't life just such a mystery? Good Lord, dude.
We are such complex animals.
Very.
And we can't even explain it.
No.
And we're all ones and zeros.
I know, dude. But
And the aliens can't even figure us out.
that's right. But to wrap this up, because we're definitely out of time, but that's also why I enjoy our MC so much. Because meeting people like yourself, Ryan, and Footy, and the lifelong friendships just from the different chapters around the country, and what it does for our dudes and our brothers that are in the MC, and how it helps them and gets them through divorces or tough times at work or whatever it may be, and to be together, laughing, having a good time, traveling, going to different cities and states, and doing charities and raising money. I mean, how much money did you raise again? Over what?
$115,000.
$115,000. We're raising money. We're taking care of each other. You can't tell me of anything that's any better than that. I think it's awesome. I think it's
and that's why we came down here today. For tomorrow for the event.
That's right. Halloween round, dude.
Halloween run.
We're gonna
chapter
do
5.
it, baby.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
One question.
You were in some.
Only one?
When I first met you.
I was going through hell.
When you got your nickname.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're in some harsh times.
I was in very tough times, but my God, like you realize, like being with all of you, and talking with you and traveling, like you realize, okay, I'm not alone in this, but it's gonna get better. And then you looking back from now, it's gotten way better than I thought.
But you didn't know me from Adam.
True.
Right? And we were talking, and you were opening up.
Right. But you were a fellow firefighter, so I knew there was an understanding.
Yeah, but still, you didn't know me, and
Right.
yet it's like, your guard came down,
Right.
and look where we're at now. And that was what 6 years ago?
Some time.
6-7 years ago.
2017.
Okay, yeah, 6 years.
Has it been?
Yeah, 6 years.
God, time is flying
we were in
by.
your truck and you're driving us around.
Yeah,
bass
dude.
That was that white Ford.
It was it was a Ford F-250.
Yeah. This is funny. I mean, real quick. I watched it the other day. I saw it. I thought it was hilarious.
I'll be the judge if it's funny or not.
You can put anal in front of any Ford vehicle's model. And when I saw it, I was dying. Anal Escape, Anal Explorer, Anal Expedition, Anal Probe, Anal Focus. When I saw that, I was dying.
I'm an anal raptor.
When I saw that the other day, I was just dying.
What the hell? I love people.
I'm not a Ford guy, but when I saw that, I was just like,
That's some straight firehouse shit right there. Bro.
Yeah, that was a fireman who did that. That was good. We got one question. We got time for one.
We might do two, just so you know.
Okay, let's do two then. That's fine.
Because it's a special edition.
Okay, let's do two.
All right, so I'm stepping in as the co-host, and this is where the co-host asks you random questions out of this box. It's called Barstool Sports.
Yeah, answer the internet, baby.
Yeah,
so
right
you
here.
start, and then we all follow.
Okay.
Oh, it's the internet.
So the first one is, what percent of showers do you jerk off during?
what percent of showers?
What percentage of your showers do you jerk off during?
Am I not understanding the question right?
So what's the percentage of you jacking off in the shower?
100% every shower?
Never.
Never. You're at 0% in the
0%.
shower.
Honestly, I'm the same. I can't do it in the shower.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not a shower.
not-
Yeah,
jerker.
we call that a number 3 at the fire station, which is like you don't follow that person
Yeah.
when he takes a number 3.
Oh, it wasn't a 1 or a 2. He went in
I'm
for the
a
number
0%.
That's why I said we're going to do 2.
What about wait, Evan? What about
Evan.
you?
No, I'm with you guys. 0.
It's weird. I
Zero?
can't do it. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's
Yeah, I'm
hard.
not.
You can't.
No.
No.
Yeah, because
Unless
you
there's a
can't
female
watch
with me.
porn in the shower normally. So, I mean, you know. Yes. All right, here's the other one for you. Would you rather have sex with 2 midgets
Oh my
or 2 7-foot-tall girls?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with my man that shares a brain with me, Schaefer. 2 midgets.
Really?
2 midgets.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Look,
Yeah,
I'm gonna answer.
That's
I would rather
that's
do
literally a 2 for 1.
honestly 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I would be like?
look at the legs.
This
Legs
is
and
what I'm
booty,
like,
dude.
This is what I'm like. Can I have one of each?
I mean, you
Same.
could.
That would be my preference.
But I'm gonna say why though, because I'm a thighs and booty type of dude.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like I want the one with the 7 feet tall. Why would you pick midgets? Is that
Yeah,
just
but how many 7-foot-tall girls you know that have thighs and booty? I haven't seen any of
usually
them.
pretty tweaked up?
Yeah, WNBA and shit.
They're usually locked up in Russia.
Yeah, exactly.
My
And they
hand,
look like a dude.
my hand's not that big as it is. So then you got a 7-foot tall girl with her hand. It's like, okay, yeah, it looks like a Vienna sausage in her hand.
That's what I'm talking about.
Versus a baby arm with holding an apple.
I mean, 7 feet tall. I mean, you could probably dive into that.
Yeah, but you
vagina,
can
dude.
get
Jeez.
you can probably get 4 hands on it.
She would scissor
with the
choke
two,
you.
with the 2 midgets. You can get 4 hands on it.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, and they got the little sausage fingers. They're like,
Sorry to all the little people out there.
we love the little people.
Evan, what do you got to say?
Evan, come on, talk to us, Goose.
You know, it's tough because my lady's 4'10".
Closer to the mic. Closer to the mic.
Oh, she's borderline.
She's almost.
10, so I feel obligated to say midgets.
Yeah, but
God bless you,
you really
Cassie.
want to mix it up and go 7-footer.
But I kind of like your deal. I like the one tall, one small. You know.
Yeah.
A little variety.
Like a little variety.
Let's do a little 50-50.
Yeah, when you go to a bar and all that, you want to get a shot of something, but you also want to get a beer too. You want to have.
Well, yeah. If you think about it, you stand them right next to each other. You have one that's tall, one that's small, and it's the holes are right there. I mean, it's.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
All right.
Hey, is that where you go? Bleep?
Yeah, we're gonna.
My bad.
Ding, ding, ding.
Who gave him the box of the questions?
Yeah.
God, dude.
You only
knew
said
he was going.
one.
He's had it for 2 hours,
Dude,
You knew that was coming.
all sexual.
Is flossing in public acceptable?
No.
No.
100% no.
No.
Let's
Yes,
go. Let's do it.
Last one.
Okay. Which would you rather have be random? Your weekly paycheck ranging from 0 to double your paycheck, or what you eat for dinner every night? That's lame, dude.
That's weird.
Who
That's
put
why.
that? Yeah.
That's why people shit. Sorry.
You stay.
Sorry, Evan.
You look at me and you call me Evan.
I was like, sorry, Evan.
You stay over at someone's house, and when you wake up, you realize you pissed in their bed. Do you sneak out or tell them?
Sneak out.
Sneak out.
Sneak out.
Well, how good of a friend are they? Because are you going to ghost them? Really? You're not going to ghost your friend.
No, because I think I pissed in Tim's bed before he had just kidding.
I would say, P. Footy has stayed at my house a few times, and I'm like, God damn, my neighbors are gonna freaking hate.
You know what the best thing about
man.
riding in the rain?
What's that?
Riding a motorcycle.
Nothing?
No, riding in the motorcycle in the rain.
What?
You don't have to stop to pee.
Oh, jeez.
You're already fucking soaked. You just let it fucking
Dude,
go.
I
Flow.
cannot physically
I will
piss
not
my
piss
own
myself.
pants.
No,
I just can't do
bro.
it.
I
I'm
can't.
like too even if I was just drunk off my ass, I would never piss myself.
I can't do it.
I'd have to be passed out to do it. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't piss on my bike.
Well,
I might get pissed on. I might get pissed on, but I can't piss on my bike.
there it is, winner.
Come here, dude.
And
What I
that's
gotta do?
we call that a wrap.
Screw
and,
myself.
And we'll just leave it at that.
Call that a wrap.
Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. Ryan Granath, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. P. Footy, thank you for being a co-host, and Evan Nelson, camera operator, and just commentary in the background. Honestly, guys, it's a great time. I had fun. This is cool.
Thanks for having me.
Ryan, thanks
Love
for being
it.
open and just chatting, dude. And I'm glad you came on. You're
Let's
welcome
go
on here
podcast.
anytime,
Let's
dude.
go ride.
Yeah, Todd, thanks for passing out my kitchen. And,
Lawn dart.
And hitting the ground hard.
that was loud. The whole room shook. You guys remember that?
Hey,
That
thanks
was a
for
big
letting
thing.
me come out again, bro. And hopefully I filled the shoes of your regular
You
co-host.
did, guys. Everyone did great. It was just fun. Seriously,
And
it was a good time.
Miss you, Sam. Wherever. Evan's cool, but I still miss you, Sam.
Yeah, Sam and
I
Jordan.
miss you too, Sam.
Thank you.
Jordan, thanks. Hopefully I did a good job with your box of cards.
You would go for the sexual ones.
They were right. They were right
I
up
should have
front, bro.
known,
What do you want me to
dude.
do?
Yeah, I'm sure
He's
they
a
were.
man whore. I have to ask him sexual questions.
You're not a man whore. No, but Ryan, thank you for taking the time to come down here. What you're doing with the River Run and raising all the money you have, I think that speaks volumes not just of you, but of our club and of what we do as firefighters. And I hope that more people can do what we're doing because our veterans are super important. So
100%.
much appreciated, dude. So we usually do a Let's Go on 3. You guys ready?
Hold on, let me say one thing. So we've been talking about mental health in the fire service in general, and what I want to say is all that talk is if anybody's out there having mental health problems, reach out to somebody.
Thank you.
That's what you need to do, and it's not shameful. It's nothing. It's the right thing to do for you, your family, and your friends and your coworkers. So reach out.
Not to mention on that one, sorry, real quick, is the fact,
Hey, who's running this podcast?
Well, he is, but,
You're good.
The writing's on the wall too in social media. And I've seen it several times. And so individuals that post on social media, they put writings on the wall. And it's just a matter of
the signs are there.
Yeah, reading in between those lines.
Yeah.
Reach out to your people. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Great job, guys. Thank you for such a fun night. Seriously, good times.
On 3?
Let's go on 3. You count it off.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go!
Bye, everybody.
And that's it. Thank you for listening in, everybody. I'd like to thank our sound engineer who makes this podcast happen and makes us sound very good, Stephen Clark. And to our first sponsor, 89 Barbers. Look good, feel good, be great. Come get your haircut at 2 locations, Long Beach and in Orange, California. The appointment can be booked at 89barbers.com. That is BARBERES. 89barbers.com. Again, look good, feel good, be great. Check it out. It's my barber. He is the man. Thanks, everybody. Bye.